everyone, this is Srividya, Assistant Professor in the Department of CSIT. In today's session, I am going to discuss about cursor positioning functions in files. In the last session, I have discussed what is a file, types of files and file handling functions, how to read the data from a file, how to write the data into a file. In today's session, we will see what are the cursor positioning functions in files. So these are the three functions for the cursor moving position. So we have ftell, rewind and fseek. So let's see. Cursor positioning functions in files. In C programming language provides various predefined methods to set the cursor position in files. So in C programming language provides various predefined methods to set the cursor position in files. So if you want to set the cursor to any particular position, so we have so many functions, and some of those functions are ftell, rewind and fseek. These are the functions. So what is ftell function? The syntax of ftell function is ftell of file pointer ptr. This function returns the current position of the cursor in the file. This function returns the current position of the cursor in the file. Current position of the cursor in the file. So suppose if a cursor is at some specific in the line, suppose some text was written like this. Suppose the cursor position is here. Okay. If you write like this, ftell of fp, so it will return the current cursor position, where the cursor position is exactly. So this is the syntax, file pointer fptr. Next, hash include stdio.h, conio.h, int main, file pointer fp. So file pointer fp is the declaration that was made, which is pointing to that particular file. Int position. So we have declared a variable position, which is of type integer. So next we have opened one particular file. fp is equals to fopen file.txt comma r. So in read mode, you are opening, you're trying to open that particular file.txt in read mode. Okay, so fp is equals to fopen of file.txt. That particular file is opened in read mode. Next, position is equals to ftell of fp. So what happens in this case? So ftell of fp. So now this function will holds the current cursor position. That value is in the form of what? Ftell of fp holds the current cursor position. So that value is of type what? It is, the return value is in the form of integer. So that's why that value is assigned to a variable position. So that's why we have declared that as the data type int. So position is equals to ftell of fp. Printf cursor position %d comma position. So suppose if the cursor position is at the beginning of the location, the cursor position is at the beginning of the location, it will give you 0. Okay. If the cursor position is at the start or the beginning of the file, the return value is 0. Or else, suppose if you want to change the cursor position, like suppose fseek, by using fseek function you can change that. fp comma 5 comma 0 means what you are telling? So you are telling move the cursor position from 0 to 5. 0 to 5, where the file pointer is pointing. So you are telling the compiler to move the cursor position from 0 to 5. So position is equals to ftell of fp. Again you want to print position is equals to ftell of fp. So from initially where it was started, it was at the 0th position, right? So now again by using which function you have changed the position? By using fseek function we have changed the position of the cursor. So now the position will be 5. So from 0 to 5. So printf cursor position %d comma position 5. So by using ftell of fp, it will return you the current cursor position value at exactly where the cursor is it. Or if you want to change the position based on the functions we have fseek, or you can change the position of the value. So after that, once you are done, close the file pointer, file, get ch and return 0. So this function mainly returns the current cursor position in the file. Next one, fseek. The syntax for fseek is fseek of file pointer number of characters from position. From position. Okay, that means fseek of what is file pointer name? Whatever the file pointer you have created. fp comma number of characters. Suppose the number of characters I want 10. From position 0. So that means you want to change from 0 to 10. So the current cursor position is at 0. So now you are telling to move to the 10th position. So hash include stdio.h, conio.h, file pointer fp was created int position. So to store the data we need a variable. fp is equals to f open of file.txt comma r. So this function opens the particular file in read mode. Next, position is equals to ftell of fp. Position is equals to ftell of fp. So what is this line? Position is equals to ftell of fp. It will return you the current cursor position. Will return you the current cursor position. So what is the current cursor position? The value that is 0. Next, fseek of fp comma 5 comma 0. So what is this line again? fseek of fp comma 5 comma 0. So from the 0th position you are telling to move the cursor position to 5. So again you want to print it. Position is equals to ftell of fp. So position is equals to here. Initially it is 0. Initially it is 0. Now it is 5. Okay. So again what you are doing? fseek of fp comma minus 5 comma 2 means you are telling the compiler to move towards the backward. So it means minus means backward it is moving. So negative. So from second position means it is moving to the minus 5th location means. So the cursor position at %ld comma 16. So initially it is 0. So but later what you have done, from 0 you are telling the compiler to move to the 5th position. Again what you are telling, move to minus 5. So it will move from the 5th position. Suppose one text was there. Initially the position is here and you are telling suppose it is at 5th position. So from here again to minus 5. So next it will move towards the backward. So it will be 16. Next one. So we have seen ftell. ftell will give you the current cursor position and fseek can set the cursor position. It can set the current cursor position whereas ftell will tell you the current cursor position. And now the last function here, it is rewind of fptr, file pointer ptr. This function is used to reset the cursor position to the beginning of the file. This function is used to reset the current cursor position to the beginning of the file. So file pointer fp was created, and we have opened one file, that is file.txt in read mode. Next, position is equals to ftell of fp. Obviously the initial position of the cursor will be 0. Next, what function we have used? Which function we have used? We have used fseek function. Fseek of fp comma 5 comma 0. So by seeing this function you can know. So from 0th position to the 5th position you are telling to move the cursor. Next one, rewind of fp. So now the cursor is at, from initially it is 0, now it is at the 5th place. Again what you are doing? Rewind of fp. What is rewind generally? To go back, right? So like this function is used to, again this function will reset the current cursor position. So now it is at 5. But again when if you use this function rewind of fp, now the cursor position is again to 0, back to 0. Because you have used rewind function. So that is why you will get, initially it is 0. Later you have updated to 5. Again you have used the rewind function. So it is obviously 0. So these are the 3 functions, the cursor positioning functions in file. So what are those 3 functions? ftell, rewind and fseek. ftell will give you the current cursor position value. Fseek function, you can set the current cursor position wherever you want to set. And rewind function is used to go back to the previous stage, wherever you are. If you use this function, it will take back to the starting position. So those are the 3 functions in cursor positioning functions in files. That's all for this session. In the next session, I am going to discuss command line arguments in Z program.